Hello everyone, it's Joel and Sebastian with the EV Geek podcast, and today we are super psyched because we got our hands on a BMW i5 eDrive 40 courtesy of BMW of Little Rock. BMW was gracious enough to let us borrow this car for a few hours to get our hands on it. We're excited because this is not a car that we usually have the option to typically review. So it's not a car we know a lot about. So we're gonna be learning a lot today as well as with you. So one thing, Sebastian, what are you most curious about with this car?
Honestly, I'm just super psyched. I've never really been in a BMW, driven a BMW, so I'm super psyched to see like what road noise feels like, how the suspension feels, you know, stuff you would expect on a luxury car, right? But you drove it over a little bit. It seems it has a bit of a sportiness to it.
It does have a sportiness to it. It does have it's not like any other car we've driven before for EVs. The tech is really cool. The seats are really cool. We played with some of the features in it, but we really didn't get our hands on it. So we're excited that you're joining us today for this. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is do a little outside tour of it before we get Sebastian in the inside to talk about the tech. So a little bit about this car. This is the, like I said, the i5 sedan eDrive 40. This is the Brooklyn Gray Metallic. I really like this color. Sebastian,
yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's a good color.
It's a pretty sweet color. My wife was just here. She didn't like the color that much, but yes, it's an awesome color. If you come around here, it does have the 20-inch Aero wheels on the staggered all-season tires, so it's a really aggressive tire because it is an all-season. Range on this is going to be about 270 to 295 depending on how you drive. There's a lot of different drive modes that we found on this car that can affect the driving range. Top speed is 120 and it goes 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds. We experienced that. It was really good.
And you will have to forgive it. It's going to beep every single time I get close to it.
Yes, he's got the keys in his pocket. Every time we get close, it's going to beep. So if you hear some beeping, no big deal. So first thing we're going to do is check. We got the CCS here. Sebastian's favorite cover that he loves, that he'd pull off when he gets there. Looks like they have a
button to stop charging.
Yeah, button to start charging. Cool. And it comes with a light, which is really cool. You know
wow.
how cool that is, especially if you're in a dark place or in a dark garage at night trying to figure out how to charge.
Yeah, and we noticed almost immediately too, it locks.
It locks too. So when you lock the car, it locks that. You'll notice that the 5 badging is all over this car. So it's right here. You'll notice too when we open up the vehicle, it's right here as well. So they really like that i5 badging. All right, so we'll go around. It's got this little mini. It's called like a mini spoiler. I like it. We'll go ahead and open the trunk. It's an automatic trunk. Lots of room. You can see our stuff is in there. It's a really deep trunk as well. It actually has some tie downs as well. So over here is I'm assuming that's your tire mobility kit. And if you look in here as well, we have some side pockets, and you have a nice little storage area as well. It's got your...
and it comes with an EVSE, and this is not interesting at all, but the thickest cable I've ever seen on a 1450 plug.
Yes, and a long too. That's a really long one too.
Yeah.
So it does have some flexibility too, but you also have the 220 and the 122 is there as well. So
also like that you can close and lock the vehicle from the trunk as well.
Yes, so there you go. Once again, huge shout out to BMW Little Rock, Michael Blaine and the team over there for letting us have this vehicle for a few hours today. Let's walk around this side. We have a great background behind us today. We're at the Justice Building here in Little Rock, so really cool background for our vehicle today. So really nice sedan. I really like it. Like I said, we drove it over. It's a nice, comfortable ride. It does come with a sunroof on it. When you play with different modes, the sunroof closes, the sunroof opens. So we're gonna hop inside now, and we're gonna take a look at the technology and what the inside looks like. We open up the front here. There is no front. It's just a covered area. We also have the Capitol Police in the back here on the horses. Really cool out there. That's the Capitol background.
Real quick before we stop, let's hop in the back real quick.
Let's hop in the back real quick. So yeah, let's see the light. So I am 6'2" with shoes on. So I'm gonna hop in the back real quick. 6'1" without.
I love
plenty of room.
Detail on these door panels.
I know, plenty of room. This seat was in the driver's position when I was in it. So I drove it over here. So as you can see, even with a 6'2" person in the front, still plenty of room back here. You get USB ports here and here.
And also,
and
in the
also
center.
at the bottom here. So yeah, so you get 4 back here, which is nice.
And unlike a lot of sedans, you get air vents.
You get air vents back here too that you can control, little storage area down here, but plenty of room. The seats are that vegan leather, I'm sure. It's got the Bowers Wilkins sound system, which sounded really good on the way over. So yeah, plenty of room back here. Nice, comfortable. You have the adjustable headrest as well.
How's headroom?
Headroom's perfect. So I'm
Awesome.
6'2" and still have probably 3 or 4 inches up here. So yeah, plenty of headroom. Got the lights back here. So yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, so we're gonna hop on in. Easy to get out. We're gonna hop on in, and Sebastian's gonna take it for a test drive and kind of go over the interior. So we are inside now, and honestly, we've been playing with the tech for a little bit to get familiar with it, and it is a lot. I mean, we found some Easter eggs that we thought weren't possible on an EV. So Sebastian, this may be long, but start walking us through it.
Yeah, so like Joel said, there is so much to hear. Honestly, we just start here. So when you go to your menu, I just need y'all to see how many sub-menus there are of all the different things you can do. And then you have infotainment and vehicle. It's insane, but we'll try to keep it short. We'll try to just focus on the highlights, right?
And some great, also ambient lighting in here.
Yes, this ambient lighting is amazing.
And you'll see once we change the mood, that's already said, the mood of our drive, the ambient lighting changes as well.
Yeah, so we'll just start in charging because that's that's one of the more important things. And then you get in here and you have all these, so many more options. So you can do your departure, your charging mode. So do you want to wait till different times or charge immediately? Departure plan. You can adjust your AC current limit, which is awesome. Super happy to see that.
So it defaults to 48. Yes.
Here's your charging target. It's currently at 100%. I don't know what it's actually set to. It might be set to 100.
So we picked it up with 98% state of charge on it.
It locks the charging cable while it's charging. You've got on-demand preconditioning, or you can do it automatically based on route. It does plug-in charge, which this vehicle has not been sold or anything, so it does not have a BMW account. So there's some stuff in here you have to have a BMW account for in order to show off, and that was one of the things. It also, we weren't able to get it to do the navigation route planning because it doesn't have a data plan.
You got to be signed in for that too.
Yeah. You can adjust, I've never seen this before, you can adjust how loud the fans are while you're charging, which is insane.
Yes, it is.
That is actually insane.
Not something I would have thought of for EVs, but yes.
And then you get your location-based charging. So this is the first menu we've gone into, and there's like 17 settings in it.
Yes. That's just charging.
Climate control. You get all of this stuff. You have individual settings, so you can change stuff for driver and front passenger. So like if I look at driver, you can adjust heated seat, the automatic. Do you want it like how automatic do you want it? You can change the distribution of what parts get warm.
Yes.
Do you want to be more heated on your back, or do you want more heat on your butt?
So, or people like me, they need more heat on the back.
And then same thing, you can do automatic for
steering wheel.
The steering wheel and adjust it, and then you have it's independent on the seat. Insane.
Yep. I'm curious if it's independent on the driver once you log into the account too. What if
Maybe.
all those settings are saved to the driver too?
And then you get your preconditioning, so you can set it at a certain time of day to automatically turn on and cool down the cabin. Super cool. Love to see it. See displays. We won't get in there too much. This thing has an awesome heads-up display.
It does.
Which we can't really show it real on the camera, but we were playing around with earlier and put navigation in, and it actually pops up your directions in the heads-up and shows you the map. And we will talk more about this over here because this is also insane. You've got a bunch of driving settings, so this doesn't look like a lot, but then you click into the menu and you have all your warnings, parking stuff, driving stuff. And so we will play with this. It does have assisted driving. It says it does active lane changes and all sorts of stuff. We'll see how well that works. Hopefully. I'm wondering if it's a map situation.
Feedback via steering wheel.
Okay. Drivetrain and chassis. So this is fun. So this is where you get your one pedal driving settings, and we have it on high, but you can actually do adaptive, which I'm not 100% certain what that is. Iconic sounds. We will probably turn that off some point in the video, but they're kind of fun.
Yes.
And this is all based on drive mode too. So the sounds change based on what mode you're in. And then you've got stuff like you can turn on, they call drive off support, which makes it easier in snow and mud, because I bet there are a lot of i5 owners that are going to be bringing this thing into snow.
Going out mudding, yes.
Parking brake stuff, which is boring, whatever. And then again, you have charging in here. Well, it takes you right back to the same charging menu. You've got a bunch of exterior lighting settings, which I don't even know honestly what half of this stuff does. Like, what is BMW Iconic Glow? Maybe we can ask them when we go back over to the dealership. And then you got your high beam assist, of course, one-touch turn signal. All that's fairly normal stuff. Radio, we won't get into. Interior lighting. So this is where we start getting into other silly things.
Yes.
So you can control your reading lights, of course, from the ceiling, right? Or you can control them on the screen. And not only can you control them, you can adjust the brightness of the light.
So we can adjust the brightness of all of our interior lights.
Which is insane.
Each individual one.
Which is just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
On ambient lighting, so this is super cool. So you get, you can change the color. So right now we have it set to papaya.
Papaya.
What color do we want? Are we feeling lime today?
Lime or emerald, yes.
Lime or emerald. Let's go emerald.
Ooh.
Look at that. It looks so good.
It does. You can actually see it during the day too. I mean, we are in a little shaded area here, but you actually really can see it during the day.
And you can adjust brightness of stuff. You can do also lighting effects with it. So it'll do, like, if someone calls you, it'll change the ambient lighting, or when you're charging, it does it. Safety and warnings, all sorts of just cool stuff like that. And then you have your brightness from the cockpit. So that by itself is crazy. You go in, you have a whole keys menu. You can set a digital key. Again, it's one of those things. I'm sure it's tied to your BMW account, whatever. And this is where you do the link key, so you can set up different profiles based on key. You've got your live vehicle, which gives you your TPMS and battery temperature, and you can also kick off preconditioning from here. Adaptive content. Ooh, you can spin around the car. Cool.
Your trip data. One thing I noticed too is there is so much room up front. Like I'm pushed the whole way back to film, but pushed the whole way back. I'm 6'2", remember? Pushed the whole way back. I can barely touch the end of the floorboard down here. So lots of room.
Yeah, and so this is all for your mobile devices,
Yes.
so messages, whatever. We'll talk about my modes in a minute.
My nodes was cool.
Navigation. Again, it does route planning, whatever, if you have your account set up. Parking.
This is fun. We played with this a few minutes ago before we started.
This is kind of a default key up. You get your rear camera and then a 360, and if I put it in drive, it switches to front, rear, all that's normal. Got to put it back in park. Yeah. You can also come over here and hit the button, and it'll show you the side views. This is foreshadowing for what's coming in a minute. Back on auto, front and back, all that's super cool. You get assist view, so this gives you your distance measurements, how far away you are from something. Panorama is just showing you the whole screen. And then we'll hit more and go to 3D view.
So watch it.
So you'll notice it immediately is popping up. This car, you can do gesture controls. And you can see, so I can take my two fingers.
It did work.
It did work. Anyway.
Oh, there it goes. So
and spin around the car using gestures.
And you can do that with volume on the radio, switching radio stations. If you move your thumb right to left, it switches radio stations while you're driving. So,
which is so silly.
Imagine driving past someone and you see them moving their thumb right and left like they're doing the hand jive. And
but yeah, you can also just tap over here and spin around, and you get this. I mean, this is super cool that it's rendering the car. It's in a fairly close, similar color.
It shows all the background of where we're at.
It's super cool. You also get a car wash view, which is nice. So it actually shows you where your tires are. As you twist, it's like showing a little orange thing saying we're close to the curb over here, which I know. You also get camera cleaning, and you can choose front and rear.
Yes, it will clean the cameras.
And you can see over here.
It's cleaning the
rear.
cameras.
Now we're cleaning the front. Super cool. It also looks like it will do auto parking. We didn't try it.
No, we did not.
Maybe we will later. Who knows? But yeah, so all of that is super, super cool.
Seat comfort.
Seat comfort. So you have your typical buttons on the seat to control your, obviously. But you also have, you can do it on the screen.
So heated seats.
Why not?
Heated seats, not cold, correct?
Yes, not cooled, or at least on this trim level.
Yep.
You got seat position, seat tilt, backrest width.
See
Cool.
that's when you notice when I put it in sport mode earlier, it did come in and out. So
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. It's foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. It's a teaser.
Back into vehicle status. That's where we were earlier. Wi-Fi. Okay. Settings. Oh yeah, and then
That's where you can control the gestures that we talked about earlier. So
yeah, and there's so much. It does. It looks like it does
software. It does remote software updates.
Yeah, it looks like it does OTAs.
Yep.
Sweet. Occupant, do not disturb. It does have 2 wireless chargers.
Click on the wireless charger trace. See what's that about. Oh,
You can turn it on or off, and it will tell you that, hey, there's a phone in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes, it did tell us when we lifted it up that we were taking it with us.
Yeah. Also, to point out, You've got your ambient lighting down here and the charger shake. We also have it around cup holders.
Yes.
And there are 2 USB-C ports hidden between this and that.
Yes.
Which, let's talk about this. So I'm not going to play with it too much. You got a volume wheel here. Cool. Or you can do some finger gesture.
Yes.
I don't remember what it was. You get this, which can use to click throughout the screen.
Yeah, it's like a toggle.
Do whatever.
If you don't want to touch the screen and you're particular about fingerprints up there, you can use that little circle toggle.
You get shortcuts to media.
Charging too as well.
Phone, navigation, all that. All that's super cool. This is, again, this is a one-click, I believe. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Pull up your parking cameras. What's this? This pulls up your chassis info. Cool. And, okay, we'll talk about my modes now.
All right, we're at my mode.
So you have a lot of options in here. Right now we are on personal.
Yes.
Whatever that means.
And I want you to pay attention to the colors of the ambient lighting as we change modes.
So let's go to sport. I'm going to click in. It changed my heads-up display. This is now red.
We're now red.
This is now red.
It changed the display over there too, yes.
All this is super cool.
And now over here is now, mine is on blue or purple over here. His is on red.
Yeah, so it's blue and red. You know,
Yep.
the M colors, right?
Yep.
We'll go down now. Let's see. Wait. I'm going to use the screen. You have your efficient, which you notice it pretty severely limits your power.
It limited the power. I mean, when we were
And
driving
you
the
have
interstate,
active maximum range,
Yes.
which is even... I keep getting myself turned around. You have expressive, which you'll see...
and
I didn't even notice it playing a song earlier.
It played some soft music too. So you'll see the lights changed over here too. We have like a
And it does like this like artsy background.
very relaxing.
I keep doing it. Keep hitting the wrong button. Okay, you have relax,
Nope.
which
Closes the sunroof.
just automatically. You also see it's adjusting our.
Yeah, it moved the AC down on the relax. So it made it cooler in here.
And then you have
Digital art.
digital art, which we won't hit play, but it will actually play you like a little guide for the art that it is showing
Yes.
on the screen.
So it
Which
tells
is
us that this is the
interesting.
Quantum Garden of 2022. So I'll let you know about the art.
So all of that is super cool. I didn't even realize there's that. You can set which mode you want to be on start. We're going to go just back to personal. When we drive, I'll play with it in sport a little bit. And we see it went back down to 64 degrees
Yep.
when we did that. So that is so cool.
Yes.
It has, weirdly, for some reason, it has a start-stop button.
Yep.
But it does automatically turn off if you take your foot off the brake and open the door.
Yeah, we tried to leave the keys, we tried to leave the car on so we wouldn't be beeping when we were filming and it wouldn't let us do it. So
Then you have your shifter. You push up for reverse, pull down for drive, pull down again for braking, parking brake,
this
and then
here-
auto hold. That opens up your center console.
Yep, and we have a
You've got a glove box.
glove box.
Very cool.
The battery log form. They guess when they charge it or something like that.
Interesting. But yeah, also we didn't even talk about yet your air vents. So you have these little joysticks underneath to control the directions, which seems super over-engineered. But you also slide your finger on this little capacitive display to open and close the vents. Super cool.
And they also have for the passenger over here, you can do the same thing. I know it's hard to see with the sun coming in, but you can do the same thing over here as well.
All right, we ready to talk about the gauge cluster now?
Gauge cluster.
You thought we were done.
Yep.
So this is kind of, can you see
You
that?
may have to hold it. I
Okay.
can't see it. You may
Let me
have
see
to.
how much I can do with one hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is kind of your key up, right? You can then click over. Oh, it's just a button right here. Close it out. Wrong way. There we go. So you click over and you can change your content. So right now it's on assist view. You can then go up to where it shows you kind of your range and how much it thinks your minimum is and maximum is. You get your trip computer, and then you have what they call reduced screen, which just has kind of just your speed, right? Well, then it gets cool. You can come down here to AR, and so this is now overlaying your front camera, and when you give it navigation directions, it will actually overlay your directions on there. So Joel, if you want to try to throw something up real quick.
Search here. Let's type in Austin, Texas. Start guidance.
Turn right at the stop sign onto Capitol Mall and then immediately turn right.
And so you
Sorry.
see it's showing a little arrow now on the screen.
Well, where'd it
Super
go?
cool.
We're on like a little loop here.
And also, I don't know if we'll be able to pick up the heads-up display. It is now showing my directions on the heads-up display. Also super cool.
So do these cars have any sort of driver assist? I'm assuming they do because it looks like there's a camera on the dash.
I believe so, and it mentioned in the screen automatic lane changes and all that. So I'm going to cancel.
There's a little camera that, yes.
So that's super cool. You can also, if you don't want AR, you just want your turn-by-turn, you get that here. You can also pull up your map. You can do a G meter, which, heck yeah. And then you have your media. But then, as if that wasn't enough customization, you can come over to, I'm going to put it back on.
I like that. I'm playing with the seat, y'all.
You can come back over here, layout, and you can change if you want this gauges to be kind of tighter and look a little like that, or you can make them wider, or you can make them down on just one side. Too many options. And then you can change your heads-up view as well, and I can't really show it very well, but you can do whether or not you want it to be showing directions, or if your driver's assistance, or sport mode, or if you want it to just be simple reduced. I'm going to put it back on standard. But yeah, this is just crazy, all these options that you have here as well. I'm going to go back to route preview. No. We'll do the map, sure. And then steering wheel, you've got your cruise control buttons. You've got volume up here at the top. Media,
we didn't try that
phone
out
calls.
We need to try it out.
You also have a boost paddle. So this is a car that does 10-second boost when you pull the paddle.
And we tried it out.
Yeah, tried it out. It was pretty cool. I'm excited.
Yep. It's pretty cool.
But yeah, really, otherwise, this is all pretty simple, normal stuff. You've got your driver memory. This button pulls up the seat menu on the screen, lock, unlock. You have your window switches, of course. It does have power folding mirrors. Very cool.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, this thing is so nice.
It is luxury. It screams luxury. I mean, I'm used to driving a Tesla with, you know, a big screen and not a lot of luxury too. It's nice to see a car like this, especially something like this that compares to like a Model X. This is just so much more Model S. Sorry, this is just so much more luxurious than a Model S will be. Just what you get with the technology and the glaze clusters and the seats and everything like that. It's just so much more for the same price.
Yeah. And real quick before we jump off, here's your key. So you've got your lock button here. Is the BMW logo, of course. You got your M colors on here. And along the side, you've got unlock, trunk, and your panic alarm. Yep. Pretty simple. Hit this 3 times to do preconditioning. So anyway, Joel, anything else you want to say before we stop this and go for a drive?
I was able to move this little seat part out here to give me a little more room, a little more support for an old guy like me. I like that. So yeah, cup holders, door handlers are kind of hidden, which I like that. So pretty cool. Let's get this baby out in the road and see what you can do.
Okay.
All right, we are heading out, leaving the Justice Building in our pretty awesome looking. We do have a really cool looking state capitol here in Little Rock. You also have ambient lighting down there shining on your pedals too.
Oh, I sure do, don't I?
You do. I almost thought it was around the pedal the way it looks. It almost looks like the pedals lit up down there.
That was my first little one pedal. That actually didn't feel too bad.
Nope. It wasn't as aggressive as what car we had really aggressive one pedal?
Well, I mean, the Silverado and Equinox.
The Silverado and Equinox, yes.
Yeah. But we kind of knew that going into it as well. This steering wheel feels awesome. Oh, it was just prompting like you can start reverse parking. Hey, let's slow down. Let's see if it'll do it.
Yep. Let's try parking. We do have parking spots over here. No one around us.
Oh, well now it's not gonna.
I think it's trying to turn. We'll try that later, maybe. But it did cue us to park if we wanted to. Ooh, I like your display you had up. It's got a little map on it too.
Yeah. You can turn left out of here, right?
Yes. And then you just take a right and meet you on the interstate.
Sorry, I'm driving ultra cautious right now because...
Yes. It's not every day we drive.
So, Joel, remind me what the window sticker says.
So, I'm going to pull out the window sticker while we drive. So, this is the... it's the once again, it's the 2024 BMW i5 eDrive 40 sedan with the 20-inch wheels. This one has a sport package on it, so it has the cool dark oak gloss trim, which I really like. It's got the heated steering wheel. It's got the full LED lights. This model here lists for $78,500. So $78,595.
And it wouldn't be a video of ours if I didn't already get on 630 going the wrong way. I wouldn't do it that way.
As you can tell, Sebastian does not live in Little Rock, so thus he does not know the traffic patterns that well.
I know my way around Little Rock pretty well. 630 is a mystery.
630 is a mystery.
But it's okay. We'll wing it. weight.
So it does have the vegan perforated interior is what they call it. Active Driving Assist Pro, so it does have the assisted driving package. And it has the highway assist, so yes, that is included on there.
Okay, so let's go back home.
So with the premium package, once again, you get the heated steering wheel, interior camera, full LED lights with cornering, the parking assist plus the BMW curved display with the heads up, and the natural interaction. I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Natural interaction. Then with the package Pro, you get the shadowing lights, extended shadow line trim, things like that. It does come with the mobility kit, power tailgate, comfort access, keyless entry, fast charger, acoustic protection, lumbar support, iconic sounds. Talk about those.
We'll play with those in a second.
Wireless charging. You get the Bowers & Wilkins surround sound system. So yes, $78,595. You can get this vehicle today at BMW of Little Rock.
So it does do speed limit recognition. It recognizes this construction sign back there, but this is now a 50.
Gotcha.
Which, this is one of those roads, if you actually do the speed limit, that they will run you over.
Yeah.
630 is Arkansas racetrack.
You can just take this down the interstate and over to 430 and loop it around. There we go. Take a long drive for it.
So immediately, it's quiet.
It is quiet and it's comfortable.
It's comfortable. The suspension is so good.
I may just fall asleep while I'm filming here. Also, let's take a look. Now that I can see it better, now that we're in the light, that is a really nice brown interior. It looked darker in the shade, but it's a nice brown interior. And like we said, lots of legroom back in the back.
The suspension is really, like, you can feel the road.
Yep.
It's kind of that sportiness to it, right? But it's not like, it is so well, like, this is not a great road, right? This is super bumpy.
Yep.
There's a lot of pavement transitions. Like, you can see these weird ruts in it. It is so super well composed over all of it.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm super pleased with this so far. I'm gonna give it a little, just give it a light.
Oh, that was a light. That was a light.
And this isn't the sport model.
That's not a sport.
This is not the M model.
What mode are you in? Sport?
I did put it in sport, of course. And I'm sure you guys heard that little sound bit.
Iconic sound, which sounds like, so it sounded like an engine when you were taking it off.
Okay, so I'm going to see if I can figure out how to turn on the driver's assistance. It thinks the speed limit's still 40, by the way. It has not seen a sign, I guess, to fix that.
So it does route by signs. I mean, not route by signs. It does.
Assisted driving activated.
All right.
The steering wheel immediately started vibrating.
And you move to the right.
And it is taking us off the road.
There we go. You have to hit another button.
I don't know.
There's mode at the bottom too.
Mode. Assisted driving.
Seems to be better. Yep.
Okay. Maybe I just didn't know what I was doing.
Yep.
Oh, it's telling me, okay, I have to keep my hands on the wheel. Oh, it does seem like it's capacitive. Okay. Let's see how it handles.
So it does want you to keep your hands on the wheel.
Yeah. So I'm just curious. Let's see. Oh, it's going to speak to us the whole time, though, isn't it?
Yep. We didn't turn that feature off.
I wonder if you can do voice. BMW of Little Rock.
Try again.
Give directions to BMW of Little Rock.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, should I start the guidance?
Yes.
I've started guidance.
There we go.
Okay, now it is showing me directions on my
The
heads-up display.
expected drive time is 13
Thank you.
minutes.
Thank you.
It says we're going to get there at 84%, which is interesting considering it's, what, 12 miles?
Yep.
Okay. So, this thing is comfortable.
It is. You're right. It's so quiet. Like you don't hear. Like you said. I mean, this is this honestly though. Look, if you tell, this is a horrible road we're on.
It's like you can hear the.
You can hear
the
it,
pavement,
but you don't. It's not like in my Model Y where it will start
to each other.
But it throws you in the Model Y. You can really hear it in the interior of the Model Y.
Yeah, and we can talk to each other.
Yes.
So now that it is doing the assisted driving, it is doing a great. We are dead center in this line.
Yes. There's none of that ping pong action like you get like this with some of the assisted driving.
And yeah, it is a truly capacitive wheel because I just like it was telling me I needed to hold on. I just lightly touched it, and it was happy. This heads-up display is amazing.
Yeah, that's a really nice. I know send the drive.
I didn't even just notice it has lights on the steering wheel. So like I'm not holding the wheel. I'm close to it, whatever.
So
but you see they blink orange.
Yep. Try that again.
Oh, hold on a second.
There it
There you
is.
go.
Yep, it's blinking. Yep.
Yeah, this is great.
This is probably one of the nicest EVs that we have been in. Traveled.
Oh, I don't know what I just did.
Yep. Yeah, this is really nice. The seats are plenty of leg room where I can lean back.
So now that I have directions, I'm going to put it back at AR because I'm just curious.
Yep.
Like out of the highway. Oh, so yeah, it shows us our lane.
So you can probably see a little bit on camera there. It does show you the lane up front, the augmented reality, so you can see it.
So I do want to see. So I'm going to let this car pass, and I'm going to hit a turn signal. I want to see it do a automatic lane change because it said it would, right? It slowed down.
It slowed down.
There it goes.
Woo! It does have the what you would expect on a luxury vehicle like this. It does have the little pop-ups over there on the mirror to let you know if someone is beside you.
It did not auto cancel the turn signal.
It didn't.
So I'm going to tap it. I want to get back over. Oh, that is so nice.
Nope, it canceled that time.
It did cancel that.
Yes.
Okay. Huh. This is awesome. All right, I'm going to take it off cruise control real quick because I need to do that one more time because I just realized I didn't even hit the boost pedal.
You didn't?
Nope.
So one thing I like about this car too is these armrests are at the perfect height.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they're too low. These armrests are at the perfect height.
So we're going to let this truck get past us.
We are abiding by all the speed limit rules, everyone. So, yes. We're just slowing down to give it a little boost. Oh, yes. That was nice.
Just a quick.
So you get 10 seconds, right? Once you hit the boost paddle, you get 10 seconds of boost.
Yep. Yeah, that was just like a quick little stab.
Yeah. Think about if you need to hurry up and get on the freeway way quick or something. You got a bunch of cars coming. You need the extra boost to accelerate.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was nice. This AR view is super cool.
Do you know what I noticed too? There's not a lot of. I know it's not a hot day out, but it's a sunny day out in the sun's right above us. There's not a lot of heat coming in from the sunroof, which I like. You know, with my Model Y, there's a lot of heat that comes through that roof when the shades, when I run the shade.
Actually, then I would just put it back in normal mode.
So we're back in personal mode now, and you see we changed to green. Looks like the Wizard of Oz in here.
It actually, my heads-up display changed. You can see it changed how it was doing the gauges on the sides, which is super cool. And we'll go back home. Yeah, this is awesome.
So the map is really good.
I would love to go charge it, but it's at 88%.
So we're not going to get anything out of it. So yeah.
But I don't know if we mentioned this already. So I believe it's an 81 kilowatt hour battery pack. And BMW didn't advertise anywhere that I could find the peak charge rate, but from my Google digging, it looked like it was right around 200 kilowatt.
Which is
I
good.
don't know what the curve is, or charging times or anything like that.
It doesn't say anything about it either on the sticker here.
So it keeps. I've moved my hand a little bit, and it keeps thinking I am gesturing, which I'm not.
Gotcha. So warranty-wise, you do get a 4-year, 50,000 mile limited warranty, a 12-year rust protection warranty, 4-year roadside assistance, and which everyone wants to know, the 8-year, 100,000 mile high voltage battery warranty, which comes standard on most vehicles now. It has active driving assist lane features, front collision warning, active blind spot detection, lane departure warning, acoustic pedestrian protection.
So that was super cool. I don't know if you can see that green box. It's showing the car in front of you, and like it showed when they whipped over in front of us and everything.
Cool.
This is awesome.
It does have parking assist. It does have front and rear head protection systems, HPS, and side impact bags.
The only thing, is like it's not hands-free, which is it. But like I don't know if you can tell just how light I am holding onto the steering wheel, and it's fine. It's happy.
Yep. I mean, even when I do FSD in my Tesla, my hand is usually on the steering wheel just by habit. It's not like they're like resting at the side or something. They're usually.
Yeah, and of note too, it does have eye tracking or face tracking here. There are IR cameras there. But yeah, it is doing something like this is a curve. We're taking the curve like a champ. It is staying dead center in these lanes.
So driver assist is top notch.
Top notch.
Yes.
And I wonder, is this the same? Because Kyle Connor they did a hogback on the i7.
Yep.
And I think it got the highest score of any vehicle I've ever tested. Yep. I wonder if this is the same system as the i7, or does the i7 take it like a step above?
I know we're going to get an i7 here from BMW probably here in the next couple weeks, so we will see. We're excited about that too.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
This is so nice. I don't know if we mentioned this. I've never driven a BMW before.
No, you haven't.
This is awesome.
Yes, it is. We feel kind of important today, y'all.
I drive a Chevy Bolt, man.
You drive the Chevy Bolt. I drive an almost 5-year-old Model Y, so yeah.
This is awesome. This is truly great. I'm curious to know if it will auto lane change now that we're on navigation and it knows we need to take this exit in 1.5 miles.
Yeah. I must say, driving the Model Y, it's nice getting in one of these nice luxury cars, and it's realizing some of the things I miss about driving a car that is nice like this.
Yep.
I mean, even when we reviewed other EVs, we got a
I saw a Porsche on it, but
we got a car holder.
Used.
Yeah, it's all used, yeah. But yeah, it's nice having the luxury. It's nice having the buttons, the screens, the different things you can do. It's nice to be spoiled every once in a while.
It's actually showing on my heads-up display. It knows it's a semi-truck. It is showing a picture of a semi instead of a car like it did before.
And it has a little box around you too in the bottom in the gauge cluster display.
Yeah, this is so cool. I am truly.
He's like a kid in a candy store.
I really am.
I was too. When I left the dealership, I was like, okay, breathe in, breathe out. But yeah, I mean, once you get into it, it's so
It is showing on my screen that it needs to do a lane change and says in 0.8 miles.
Oh, look at that.
And we'll see. I'm curious to know if it does it automatically.
If not, we will be going to the next exit and turning around.
Which is fine. Okay, it wants me to hold my hand on the wheel. There we go. Turn on my turn
In
signal.
half a mile, take exit 129 to the right onto I-430 north toward
doing it.
Fort
Got
Smith.
over.
It got over.
Nice and smooth too. Nothing real aggressive about it. It's got to get over one more, doesn't it?
Nope, this is it.
Oh, this is Fort Smith. You're right. Sorry. That's the.
Yeah, but it did it automatically.
Yeah. Technically, you could have went that way.
This is impressive.
It is.
Holy crap.
Once again, thank you, Michael, over at BMW of Little Rock, for letting us have this today.
Take
It's
exit
our little
129
present.
to the right onto I-430 north
It's
toward
showing me my
Fort
augmented
Smith.
directions here. Let's see if it does it. Ooh, it did not. Okay. Change lane manually. It actually came up on the heads up and said it. I just wasn't paying attention.
Well, I'm glad it told you to change lanes manually.
Yeah, it
Yes.
did. It was showing it on the
Yes.
thing. So that's okay. You have to drive every now and again. It's a car.
Yes.
Cars are meant to be driven, especially a car like this. I'm actually probably just going to manually drive the rest of the way, unless it might automatically turn itself back on. We'll see.
Gotcha.
I don't think it is. Okay.
All right, so we're going to head back to the dealership here. We're about 10 minutes away. We're going to let Sebastian drool a little more while he drives. And then once we get back to the dealership, we will do our little final thoughts. We are back at BMW of Little Rock. Huge shout out to the guys here. They've taken care of us today. So our final thoughts on this BMW i5. So Sebastian, start with you.
Dude, this thing was awesome.
Yes.
I was so impressed. It was so comfortable. It had good power. And I mean, and on paper, it doesn't sound awesome, right?
Yes.
It's like 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds,
Yes.
which is not super fast
Yep.
for an electric car, but it felt so good when it was
And
driving.
what I was talking to Michael about when I was in there, it had that acceleration, but it didn't have you, I'm going to throw you back in your seat
Yeah, it didn't hurt.
acceleration. It didn't hurt. It didn't
Now, I'd be curious
give
to
you
know
whiplash.
if the M models, if they are more of that kind of, because like I said,
True.
this isn't the performance one, but
Yep.
BMW, kind of their whole brand image is like there's a little bit of sportiness to it,
Yes.
right?
So one of the things that I really liked about it, you probably did the different drive features. So it had sport, and it just oozed luxury. So even when you change the drive modes, it changed the experience for you in the car, whether it be the lighting, whether it be the air, or things like that. So that's what kind of thing that stood out to me. Talking with Michael about it, he talked about the weight differential, that 50-50 per weight differential, and how you feel like the car is solid. It doesn't whip you around. It takes the curves nice. So yeah, probably one of the nicest EVs that we have driven in a while. So
Yeah, no, this thing was awesome. I was super impressed by it. It drove super well. So much tech.
so much.
You can really go in and dial
Yes.
every single thing.
And that's another thing I talked to Michael about. There's a lot of tech, but it didn't like overwhelm you and like scream like I don't know what to do. Things were easy to find. The buttons were where you need to be. It was easy to locate. So you went to charging. All your things were there. So yeah, super impressed with this car here. Super impressed with the team here at BMW Little Rock for letting us have this car today. We got some more content from them in the future. We're going to get a couple other EVs in the future. But this sets the benchmark of what we were able to experience here with a luxury EV. Final thoughts, Sebastian.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is awesome. I'm super pumped to drive. I mean, because like this is the middle model.
Yes, this isn't their high-end model here for EVs here. So yes.
So I'm excited to see, maybe we can get our hands on an i4 and see just how, like, because that's the baby model. It's a bit smaller, whatever. Is it just as nice to drive? Is it amazing? And then like the i7, right?
Yep.
That should be like a crazy step up.
Yep.
based on pricing, kind of what it's competing, because
Yep.
the i7 is supposed to be your EQS, your S-Class competitor.
Yep.
Or, I mean, it's a 7 Series BMW, right? So
Yep.
it's going to compete with the gas 7 Series.
Yep.
And so I'm
yes.
super excited to see, like, this is already a super nice car. How much further can they tune it up in the i7?
Yeah, that's the thing we were shocked at. You know, this is not the top of the line BMW EV, but it felt like
This
a
isn't
top
even
of the line
line
BMW EV.
i5.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, there's other
And-
i5s better than this. Yeah. So let's
Yeah, I'm super pumped.
Yes. So thank you all for joining us today. Thank you to the team here at BMW of Little Rock. You can go to search them on the website and to check out this car or any other EVs that they have. Thank you, Michael, for taking care of us today. And we will see you again on our next podcast episode. So long, everyone.
See y'all.